All right, we're back. Bring your tailgate. Big games this weekend. A little note here at the top before we get into the actual games. We're going to be going live a little bit later this week. We have heard the people. The people have been chiming in. They have said that Saturday, the live show, we have been doing it at 7, Eastern time, 4 Pacific time. We're kind of in the middle of that second window. There's been a lot of games that we've kind of been talking as they're happening. So people have been pointing this out. So we're going to push it back to 6 Pacific and 9 Eastern. Joel, you're a trooper for making this work, but that's the plan this week, and we're going to lead right into Todd McShay and Minch as they get started with about 5 minutes to go in the last windows of games. Joel, is that okay?
I'm excited. My wife is not, but that's okay. I got to manage the house, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what this. You get the frame.
Your wife isn't. Your wife isn't excited about what now?
About me having to work late. Because that takes me out of bathing the kids and putting them to bed and all that stuff. So it's just tough, man.
So
I got to do my part.
What time do they go to bed? You can put them to bed before.
It's usually somewhere between 7:30 to.
We don't start till 9.
So who normally puts them to bed? You put them to bed. Both of them.
Teamwork.
I put my son. She takes the baby girl.
But now you're saying that she's gonna have to put both children to bed.
Well, I'm probably gonna have to put them to bed, but that means that some of that's gonna be happening while the games are going on.
Right, right. So you know what's crazy is if it was like 3,000 years ago, you wouldn't even be there. Okay, you know where you'll be? You'll be with me and Tate, right? And we would have spears, and we would be out hunting. We would be tracking a boar or an elk, and we would be going whatever, and we would be trying to
chasing
take
the buffalo
spear
out there.
and kill the thing. And your wife's job would be this amazing job of
I'm glad you said it like that.
of hunting small game, because women hunted they hunted
Rabbits,
small game,
squirrels.
rabbits, things like squirrels around that, while we were off hunting the big game. You know what I mean? And now, guess what? We don't get to hunt the big game of college football anymore. You got to come on here and tell everybody how your people is mad at you because you got to do this college football thing, Joe.
Well, there's two things. So even a generation ago, the men in my life don't understand this. This is like you have a job, Right. It could be, Things have changed. And also, look, this is not a punishment. I love my kids. I like.
Nah, it's not the way. Stop. Don't try to clean this shit up. That's why I don't like.
I love putting my little son to sleep,
bro.
Man.
I know that you love that, right? Yeah. I'm talking low right now, so she doesn't hear me. That's besides the point, right? I'm not acting like I would never. The things that are getting said right now are about to get said lower, so nobody comes in here and goes, "Stop playing with your little friends on the computer." I know how it goes. Well, like what I'm saying right now is, when are we gonna stand up? Like when will we stand up? Like when will we stand up? There's a time. Shouldn't you just go in there and be like, "Hey,
I got a podcast to do.
I got a neck issue.
Podcast.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What's up? Where my tamales at? Shouldn't that be what it is that we do? We're not like that.
No, it's a whole new generation. I agree. I understand. I get where you're coming
Joel
from.
Said it's a new day.
Because sometimes I feel, I'm just like, yeah, man, my dad never, he just got, I got to go out of town for work, that was it. Sometimes it was like that, but it's just a different time, you know what I'm saying? And I want my wife to be happy. I don't want to miss, being here for my kids. And I appreciate you all understanding and working with me.
Of course we do. Of course we do. I'm still gonna send you some more videos. You got a lot of videos that's coming. All right, what's the nigga that run 105 miles without stopping? He be on Joe Rogan. What's his name?
Oh, the super.
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
No.
Y'all never seen this guy? Y'all know this guy. The black Marine, and he runs 5,000 miles a day. Every time I want to do something, I watch one of this guy's videos, and this guy's like, get the fuck up. You only got one life. He literally runs like 100-mile marathons. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all never seen this? Goggins. David Goggins. I know Freeze would know.
Man, I looked up nigga who be running.
David Goggins.
David Goggins. Y'all don't know David Goggins?
I never heard of David Goggins.
I know him now. He's 50 years old.
Yeah, that's how I know y'all not pushing yourselves, man. Y'all not pushing yourselves. Y'all never heard of Goggins, bro.
What?
I know Walton Goggins.
Hey, wait, hold on. Have y'all ever run a half marathon or a marathon? You ever done anything like that?
Nah, I didn't. I'm not doing that type of shit. I used to run a lot. I used to run 5 miles and stuff. But I never ran one of those before. I'm not with that dumbass shit. Fuck that shit.
That's not see that ain't dumbass shit, bro. That's what
my grandpa had a good line when people had the 13.1 on their car. He was like, "You know what that says to me? They're a half-ass."
Wow. Was that the grandfather that fought in Iwo Jima?
Yeah, it's a good line.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's good. I wouldn't tell him nothing though.
Yeah, man. He
said he only does 26.2. He said he doesn't do 13.1.
There's only one time I ever argued with a World War II veteran. My homeboy's my homeboy's grandfather. He was cool as fuck, right? I used to talk to him, right? And he would tell me, he would say stuff about the Tuskegee Airmen. He was cool. He was cool as shit. And then one day, I was walking down to talk to him. It's back in Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Hey, on your way down here, can you grab that bowl of nigger toes?"
Oh, God. Oh.
It's a big bowl of Brazil nuts.
Oh, man.
And this was one of those van moments where I was like, this guy's old as shit, you know. And do you just let this go?
Man.
And I couldn't, man. I had to light the homie grandfather up, man. I had to fucking throw the Brazil nuts everywhere. I had to he was sad because he was so fucking fucked up racially that he didn't even realize that he had offended his favorite little nigger toe. And and so I had to freak out. And it was like, damn. I came home and I told my dad. My dad was like, "Well, he old." It's my only time shout out, Happy Veterans Day, man.
It's the second time nigger toes have come up in my life. I actually literally texted nigger toes to my wife yesterday. She had said something. So my mother-in-law is here. And there was some game she was playing with my son, and she said something offensive, a problematic offensive game is happening with your son and some shoes. And my mother, my wife is biracial, but she identified. I know that this is interesting to you, Van. My wife identifies as black, but she's biracial. Okay, but my mother is white.
You're married biracial?
I'm married to a biracial. That's right. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, well, what did she say? Your mom say nigger toes or something? So anyway, it's funny how the word...
Is that what she said, though?
Nah, she didn't. It was
something else.
It was something totally... It wasn't even that. It was just like, my son started picking up the shoe and throwing it in the room. And so
she was like, that nigga. She's like, that nigga's got an arm.
This is why Frias walked away from you, dog.
Frias is listening to AM radio right now.
He's like, why don't y'all just move on ahead?
Oh, my God.
Man don't know how to act.
Let's flip forward. Let's do biggest games of Week 12. We got them right here. Number 11, Texas at number 5, Georgia. Interesting wrinkle about this game. Billy Napier, former Florida coach, was at Georgia practice this week. Had a lot of Georgia people.
Georgia about to lose.
They brought him in.
What a hater, man. Come on,
Georgia
Billy.
about to get fucked up.
I think they brought him in for intel because Georgia Florida beat Texas. So I don't know. Something to keep an eye on there.
Georgia, they got some nerve. I know that he has a past with Kirby Smart, right? They were both.
Yeah, they worked together at Bama.
Yeah, but I'm
brothers.
sorry, bro. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I'd keep him far away, bro. Can I say something? This is not just one of the biggest games of this year. This is a huge fucking game, period, man. Mm-hmm. This is a huge cultural game in college football. This is a gigantic matchup. Think about the stakes that could possibly be at play here, right? Arch Manning, you have that storyline where Arch Manning is going up against a really talented team. If he continues his ascension, maybe this is the game that Arch Manning becomes the guy that we thought he was going to become. You have Steve Sarkisian, right? Who some people are whispering, even though there's been huge denials, that might be looking around. Maybe there's an NFL job out there for Steve Sarkisian, right? Maybe if the college thing gets a little bit too complicated and it's too tough for him, he'll start looking around at other jobs, right? Then you have the Georgia situation. Besides them bringing in mediocre coaches to come in and hang out, which I don't understand, right? But you have Georgia in a situation where they are no longer dominant. Mm-hmm. The only way that Georgia is dominant right now is in the win-loss. And it's very important to be dominant in the win-loss. Do not get me wrong. It is important to win football games. But the brand of football being played at Georgia right now is not what we have become accustomed to in the last 5 to 7 years. So the question is Georgia going to show their dominance? Is Sarkisian going to stick it out in Texas with performances by teams, with teams that can overwhelm their opponents? Arch Manning, Texas's season being on the line. All of this stuff, it's all happening right here in this game. It's a big game. I don't think people are even talking. This is a big game. It's a big game, guys. Big game alert.
Well, I mean, it's like also the thing about Texas. So this is an important 3-game stretch for them, man. They get this game at Georgia, and then they get the 2 schools that hate them the most to close out the year. They got Arkansas, and then they got Texas A&M, right? So those are the 2 schools. I would argue that those schools hate them even more than Oklahoma, just from,
Arkansas hate Georgia the most?
No, Arkansas hates Texas.
The most.
Oh, Texas the most.
Texas the most. Yeah,
I think A&M might hate them the most.
A&M hates them the most.
Probably,
I think Arkansas is number 2, then I think OU's number 3.
Yeah,
right.
OU and Texas kind of have this weird, like they hate each other, but they kind of respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just like we're on a different level than y'all. That's why they went to the SEC together, right? Yep. Like they think of themselves sort of. Yeah, but anyway. But so I think it's important also to point out that Arch is so much better than the last time everybody was really checking in on him. Like,
it's so true, bro.
Yeah. Like, man, bro, since week 7, and I got this from PFF, shout out Max and Dalton over there. Since week 7, Arch has the 12th best passing grade in the nation, okay?
It's pretty impressive.
So he's doing all right. And I even went offline. I asked our dude, Quincy Avery, who's been a notable
Arch fucking critic.
Yeah, Arch critic. And so I asked him about the Will Howard thing, because we talked about that the other week. Like, who would you take, Arch or Will Howard? And he said, I would take Will. But he didn't say it like it was crazy. He's like, my Arch has shown he's getting a little bit better. And like, if I had to take him for the long term, I would take Arch, obviously. So it's like, Arch is showing, like, it would have seemed absurd to have said that 2 months ago. But now Arch looks a lot better. He's been playing a lot better. The issue is like, is anybody going to help him? Like, is the offensive line going to be able to hold up? Right? Are they going to be able to generate some sort of a running game? If they can't do that, it'll probably
is the defense going to help him? Really? I mean,
look, man. Colin Simmons. Again, no disrespect to Brian Arakpo. I'm familiar with your game, brother. You know what I'm saying? But Colin Simmons. Colin Simmons. Look, man. Ask our friend Brian Curtis, man. Colin Simmons is a 1-of-1 at Texas in my lifetime. There's never been anybody like him there. I'm sorry. That's a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. And I will say, last year, remember when Texas had game day and they had all the A-list stars that were there, right? They got everybody there for that game against Georgia, and Georgia absolutely embarrassed them. Maybe there was some redemption there for Texas, to go down to Athens to get the win.
Georgia is the last mountain for Texas to scale in the SEC. Like, that's the one that had. They beat Bama at Bama. They've shown that they can compete with everybody, but they've not done it to Georgia yet. This is yet another chance for them to pass that test.
And Kirby is the guy in the SEC, still is. So, I mean, this is also for Sark to maybe knock him off a little bit as well. We also have number 12 Oklahoma at number 4 Alabama, Iowa number 20 at number 17 USC, number 9 Notre Dame at number 23 Pittsburgh. So those 4 games, all going to be really good games this weekend. Is there a chance that Oklahoma could shock the world this weekend, Van? Do you buy the idea that they maybe could, shock the system?
Lost in the LSU loss from last week, where we got some of the worst quarterback play I've ever seen.
Damn.
Yeah, he was bad.
Jarrett Lee is somewhere laughing right now.
Damn,
like, what?
Jarrett Lee, what a name.
Shout out to Jarrett Lee, who feel like wasn't. Those are 2 super talented guys that weren't used right. How about that? How about I say that? How about I say, what's up to Jordan Jefferson and what's up to Jarrett Lee? Both of those guys had some talent and they weren't used right or developed properly. That's what I'm saying. But I can tell you one thing, Garrett Nussmeier Love what he has done and meant for LSU, but that boy was in hell last week, shall I say. Now, lost in that was the fact that Alabama didn't play very well. And that's just a fact. I'm not saying that the LSU defense is not good. It is a good defense, right? But I'm saying that, like, Alabama is having problems right now pushing the ball down the field, and they look vulnerable. They are a good team. This is not hate. I do hate them, but this is not hate. They are a good team. If Oklahoma comes in and plays the right type of football game, they can beat Alabama. Alabama, everybody's talking about the fact that Alabama is not dead, that, the tales of their demise, as they were spoken earlier in this season and after the retirement of Nick Saban, those tales have been overtold. And I don't think that they have. I really don't. I think that the version of Alabama that existed during that Saban era is in fact dead. Now, there's a new version, and that version is damn fucking good. But they can be beat. And if Oklahoma has the right type of game plan, and if they play the right type of game, they can beat Alabama. That's going to be an entertaining one.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, Bama is very good, but also very gettable, man. And I mean, the one thing, so last year, one of the most puzzling final scores was Oklahoma 24, Alabama 3, right? And like Jackson Arnold played a big role in that game as well. But it was like Britt Venables had that Kalen DeBoer offense in hell, man. And so I don't know. Like, I think I'm not necessarily picking OU, but man, OU, I mean, they're first nationally in tackles for loss, number 3 in sacks and TDs allowed and rushing TDs allowed. Like, they could easily make Bama one-dimensional. Bama has not yet established that it could run the ball. So it's like, I don't know. But but the other part of that is that I don't think OU has played all that well either.
They haven't.
They're not, they're not as good as their record, I don't think. So it'll be interesting to see who emerges here. I predict it'll be a low-scoring game, though.
Must be 21 or older in present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and older in present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 27 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.